There can be only one podcast, and may it be the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks. I'm Matt.
And I'm Wes.
Yeah, Rip Van Winkle here.
Yes.
Telling me that it's the ghost of Heath, is what it is.
I think it's the cold weather, possibly.
It's the cold weather?
The cold weather.
Cold weather?
And the talk of buttermilk.
And the talk of buttermilk.
Yes.
But do you prefer warm milk before bed?
I'm on a milk-free before bed diet, actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
No milk.
No milk on... I have almond milk for breakfast.
Of course you do.
Yes.
Of course you do.
Yes, with my Ghost protein cereal.
Do you have Ghost protein cereal?
I do. You can't hide money.
Wow.
Yep.
You can't hide money. That's true.
It's true.
Next time I'm over, I would like to try a small bowl.
I would love for you to come
If
over.
it wasn't $9 a box,
Yes.
I would have gotten it.
Okay.
Because I'm very interested.
Well, I will gladly share it with you.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll have to pay you $3 for the bowl, though, I'm
No,
sure.
if you can get another 3-hour hall pass, we'll do it.
Wow. That's great. That's done. Which flavor? Both? PB and
No, not the PB.
fruit, Lucky
fruit.
Charm ones?
Yeah, the Lucky Charm one, yeah.
Got it. Okay. It doesn't matter.
Quite
I've
tasty.
always wanted it. I that's what I've heard.
It's got some weird consistency that I really like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at you. Money's in the pantry.
Yes.
Money in the pantry.
Right.
If I'm going to do cereal, I ain't doing no poor man cereal.
Right.
I'm putting extra raisins in that Raisin Bran.
This is not good choice cereal.
We're not going with Sam's Choice.
No. Sam was
no
not
bottom
invited
of
in
the
this house.
No bottom of the aisle big giant bag of fruity circles.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
None of that.
I mean, I was white trash long enough.
Or frosted corn hardenings.
Yes.
Because they can't say flakes. I don't know. All right. Interesting. Very good. It's a new year, and we wanted to talk about 2024 in review. I wanted to talk about it.
Yes.
Because if anyone did not see one of the best streams that were ever done on December 31st.
Best might be a stretch, but entertaining.
For me, it was so much fun.
It was a blast.
Told you this earlier before we went on. That's exactly what I want to do for New Year's. We said the whole staying up till midnight, just sitting around drinking, talking. No, man, I want to do something fun.
Yeah.
And laugh and have a good time. No one knows this afterwards. You have some arcade games. Went and played arcade games.
Yep.
And it was just a fun night.
Was.
And until you reset Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right. By
Right.
trying to turn it up. And after we were talking
What was the
about-
conversation right before
The
this
conversation we were having was how much fun it was to play arcade beat 'em ups when you were younger, because at different points you would walk into the arcade, kids are playing it and they're going to get to a different stage than you had possibly been, so you could jump in and possibly see a stage you've never played or actually beat the game.
Yeah,
So
go to it's
we were
come in a lot later.
Discussing this all through level 1, and we were basically through level 2, and in my altered state of hot sauce and beer and all kinds of stuff, I was trying to turn the machine up and put credits in, and I accidentally reset it. And you looked at me like a very disappointed dad, and it made me feel really good and bad at the same time. It made me happy because I hope you look at other people that way.
Wow.
And it made me sad because I've had people look at me that way, and they're dead now, and they were my parents. So it was a lot of emotions at once, but it was good. It was good. It was
Wow. Wow. Okay. Anyway, there was something you said, a question that was asked that you answered. I opened it up for the room. If you could relive 1 year in your life.
Yes.
And you gave a very interesting answer.
Right.
And, you know.
2024.
2024.
Correct.
And I'm shocked, but at the same time, I love that answer.
Yep.
I love that the now is the best. Very few times do people realize they are living some of the best times of their life.
Right. Yeah.
Very few people.
Well, I think
see
that I
that.
learned that over the years preceding that. I went
see-
through a little bit of a dark time from 2020 to
Right.
parts of 2023. Pets dying. and
Divorces getting
the
through at the
world
beginning of
just
that.
changing.
The
and
world
going
changing,
A really bad
yeah.
breakup. And all of that kind of coming through the other side of that with a new perspective. And it was good. You know, I worked very hard to reconnect with certain people in my life and get those relationships in a good place. And a lot of those people were on that stream that night with us eating hot wings.
Now, to your credit, though, you did say, now this was on the stream, you said this to me afterwards, in 2023, you, hey, put my dog to sleep, had this dog forever.
Right.
And you said, because I said, I'm sorry about that, because I know how much you love the dog. And you're like, yeah. And you said, I am sad, but it's also the end of a life that's, you know,
era.
It's done.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the we can close the door on all this.
Correct.
But the good and the bad, and start anew. That's what you said.
Yeah.
And that you actually did that for 2024. I mean, you actually did have a really awesome year. That's really rare. I mean, that's really awesome too, though. I'm just saying that's really
Well, it's
awesome.
good. You know, I'm fortunate that I've got people in my life that I can trust enough to tell that kind of stuff to, and be willing to know that you're also going to hold me accountable in the good and the bad, because a lot of life is you want people to always pat you on the back when things don't go well. But I'm fortunate that I have the friends in my life that not only will pat you on the back, but also will kind of slap you in the head and go, hey, get your head in the game. Like,
Yeah.
Didn't you say you wanted to do better?
Didn't you say this is a new year, a new tattoo, a new whatever, you know,
Correct.
this is my
A
new
new injury.
haircut, a new injury. This is the new me. You make this, self-insightful pronunciation on your, declaration on your Facebook that says, this is it. This is the year.
Possibly.
I go to the gym. I do this. I stop doing this. I turn my, and then like 2 months later, you're back to posting the same old crap you were before
Right. Eating Vienna sausages and feeling guilty,
and sweating in your bed at night.
if you call that sweat. So, yeah, I'm glad that you remembered that. And I'm glad that I was able to put all that into motion.
But that, I mean, you did, and this, I just want to point this out because it's something that you had said that I want to let everyone know that you did say this. I now wish we had it recorded, but I can testify that that's exactly what you said, but that's exactly what you did.
Right.
And the moment you gave that answer, that was always clicking in place. For me, I was like, wow. So everything he said he did.
Well, I
now-
have a real problem. For anyone that really knows me, I have a real problem with people who say they're going to do something and don't. Because I think it's best not to say things and let your actions
I
play
think so
a part.
too.
But when you say, I'm going to do something, and then you don't, it's better to never say that again.
I know you've gotten over the habit with me, I think, but you still sometimes text, "Are we still on for the night?" Yes, when I said, but the thing is though, I get it. A lot of people say, "Yeah, man, let's do that next week," and then they just totally forget, or they make other plans. No, I don't have any other plans. It is you. I did not forget about you because I'm not that special. So yes, we're still booked. We're still on.
Well,
but you
you
had to
have-
double check with everyone because you never know.
And you have moving parts in your life that I don't.
yeah, but
So
it's
that's a lot of it.
yeah, but either way though, you still check with people, and I get what you're saying is what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
So I want to break this down
Okay.
because on a personal standpoint, and I'm very happy. It was. Wait, did I mention this on the podcast? Okay, no, I did not. Benjamin and I just got finished doing Saturday Morning Sam Flange.
Yes.
Afterwards, I told Benjamin what you said about one of the best years of your life was right now, and how awesome is that someone can live so much in the moment that they realize this is the best of times.
Right.
This is a lot. I'm having a good time. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm surrounded by, and you got your friends, someone you love.
Right.
You're happy in your career. I mean, honestly, everything's kind of swimming around, and a lot. Is there something we can complain about? There's always something to complain about. Always. But you were able to sit back. I told this to Benjamin yesterday after the podcast. You were able to sit back and look at this current past year and go, I'm not only happy and content with this, I'm proud of this year.
Right.
This is a statement there. And I just thought that was just so, and that's the whole reason I actually wanted to do this podcast, because so can you talk more about the highlights of this 2024 for you? I'm sorry to do this to you and put you on the spot.
I think that for me, it was about trying to take everything that had happened and the changes and forcing to look yourself in the mirror on a lot of things. It's very challenging to realize that the reason things are not working is not blaming that or saying, well, if this wouldn't have happened, if this would, it just really comes down to the person looking at you in the mirror. And I know that a lot of people suffer from a lot of different things that cause their actions, and I'm not downplaying that. However, when you know you're doing wrong and you do it continually, that's an alienating way of living. And I did that to a certain degree to myself, and I was just able to kind of get a hold of things and, figure out that, I have to change. I have to make things better, and I have to appreciate those things. And that's from therapy and journaling and, doing this podcast and realizing, if you have people in your life that are maybe, they say, well, you can't choose your family and all this kind of stuff. Well, you can choose to walk away from anybody. Don't ever let anybody tell you can't do that. But I'm very fortunate that, the people in our Wing Challenge were friends of mine for, over 20 years, nearly 30 years, reconnecting with that. But also, the biggest change for me was the romantic side of my life, if you want to cue some different music.
Yeah. Okay.
Just finding someone and
who is great.
Basically doing what I do with Caitlin is everything I didn't do before now. I keep my mouth shut. You did a few of the same.
More. Oh! I got what you mean.
Yeah. I try to do that better than I did before. But I try to keep my mouth shut more. I try to do a better job of validating things, and try to do a better job of serving. After a while, it's hard to be me all the time. And that's a challenge for me, because part of it is my professional life is a lot about managing people and getting the most out of them. And that can bleed into your personal life with your friends and your partner or your girlfriend or whatever you want to call it.
But with a good partner like Caitlin, it's almost like a what's it called? A more personal coach about your personal life and your mannerisms and how you carry yourself and what you do and how the way you perceive things, and you're like, okay, I want to do this, I want to be better, I want to do that, and that person makes you feel like, I want to match, I want to be given in this relationship too. I want to be helping out and being supportive. It's good
to be nice. I didn't really
tell me about that heart growing 3 sizes that day.
It was surprising the ease of that. But, I don't have to hold everybody accountable. I just have to hold myself accountable. And when I figured that side of that out, it got a lot easier for me.
And what you're saying is what you hear a lot of the self-help DVDs, the videos, the speeches, all this stuff. But the thing is, though, it's sad because it sounds so commercial and silly, but it actually is true. You are the catalyst. You're the one that can make the change. A lot of people do blame, well, just because I got in this situation, or just because I'm here, or just if my friends would have been more supportive, if this would, dude, you can pick yourself up. You can do it. You've just got to start moving yourself. It's that whole thing about going to the gym and having the dedication, you got to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing. Pretty soon it's going to be routine for you. Same thing with the diet. You got to keep, if you're going to stick to a diet, if you're going to eat tuna every day and leave it in the waste paper basket for the underlings to change out on the second shift.
I like the term waste paper basket too. Thank you for pulling that out.
Thank
from
you.
1984.
You're welcome. But the thing is, though, you have to be the catalyst. You have to be the change.
Here's something
for that.
I want to say too.
No one else can push you in that direction.
Because I know 37 people listen to this.
Go ahead, please.
If one of those 37 people listen to this and go, well, you don't get it. Look, I can refer to this because you and I both watched this. It recently was the Christopher Reeve documentary, and he talks about, wanting to walk again and all of these things, and he doesn't do any of that.
Right.
It's very sad that the goal was that, but he moves his fingers and that's the progress. But you see the bigger picture of life in that. And to me, that's a lot of it too, is understanding that not every day is a success.
Correct.
But you have to have the vision and the will to push. And that is pretty challenging for all of us.
You got to look at the end goal.
But
you can't just...
When you're saying all this self-help, I don't want it to come across like that because
No,
I'm
just saying it's not. It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Just for anyone who says, "Oh, we have to start with you. You have to believe in yourself." No, it truly is. It truly that all that stuff is true. You just have, but you have to pick yourself up.
I think the biggest thing is to realize that you suck, and if you can realize that you suck,
Well, I think,
and want to make that better.
Well, I think just like you were saying now, in 2023 when the dog died,
Yeah.
and you closed the door, you really did close it.
Yeah.
You really did.
Yeah.
It was. I checked on you the next day. I said, "How you doing?" I'm fine. It's over now. It's done. I'm ready to start new.
But I had
and
4 animals die in less than 3 years. That ranged in ages. So this started in.
Did
2020.
Brandon Moore have a key to your house at the time? I'm just saying because
No, this was.
pets remind him of his mom.
Right. Yeah, I think Brandon takes out his frustrations in other ways. I don't think he's wiping
He doesn't
out.
watch the life go
He's
out of a
not
little
wiping-
puppy's eyes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's terrible. But anyway, so not to say one dog did this, but I did have a dog that lived almost 19 years that I got with my ex-wife that
Yep.
named him after her mother's maiden name, and I kept that dog through our divorce, and that was the dog that died in question, Spencer. And when all that happened, it was a way of going, I've paid my debt. I did what I could, saw this through. Now it's time for me to go, let's start anew. So he died on September 1st. I went out with Caitlin on September 8th. It was a 7-day
up.
span.
wow.
From a Friday to a Friday. Now, I had met her previously, but
this is the first
we had
date.
to network,
Yeah.
flip-flopping around, call you on the phone, see if you can hold a conversation. It's kind of like it's an interview.
Yeah.
That's all dating is. It's an interview. And then there's a payday, which, I'm all about the payday.
Yep.
I want that more than once a week. And so all of that happened in that 7-day span. But yeah, we did talk. We did the podcast in between all of that. And I'm glad that we did. It's good to do those types of things with people so you can reference. There's a part of tracking your success of life, and it's hard to do that because some people go, oh, well, don't you think you're a little too full of yourself? But at the same point, you need to be proud of achievements.
You have to be proud, be confident, and proud of what you've done. And other people have done more. Okay, then I guess you're going nowhere. Anyone who talks like that, they've obviously haven't succeeded much.
Right.
But the thing is, though, you celebrate the small victories.
Yeah.
You learn from the failures, and you get better. And the whole point is to look back at yourself from January of this time and go, am I better than I was the year before.
Which is what makes holidays just suicide 101, is because a lot of what you look back at that jumps out at you is failure and mistakes
and missed opportunities.
missed opportunities.
That's all you think about.
Missed opportunities is you should call this podcast Missed Opportunities, because for a number of reasons, at least this title of this particular one,
Wow.
because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And a lot of your subjects are missed opportunities, because you talk about how rotten Marvel series are and what they could have done better and things
That's
like that.
true.
So, yes, this is that. But, yeah, it was a 7-day span, and, had lots of good. But I've had some dust-ups along the way.
Everyone has. But it's taking that in stride.
But all those
the
dust-ups
good with
that
the
I
bad.
had, was to go, be humble about it and understand there's a bigger picture, and not getting too wrapped up in any moment that's too big or too small. I think Don Mattingly said that in one of his interviews. You're never as good as you're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as somebody says you are.
The one thing about that with failures I want to add on that is, I used to tell this when I used to be a sales manager. I used to tell my team if they were having a crappy day, I said, look, who cares about today? Just forget about it. Come back tomorrow. It's a new day. It's a new day. I don't care if you had bad sales. Oh, this was a bad day. Yeah, it was a bad day yesterday. But guess what? It ain't yesterday no more.
Right.
So now we start over again. It's been a bad week. Yep. First couple of days of the week, extremely bad. Won't argue with you. But guess what? They're behind us now. I'm glad that's done. Now you got to come in there with a fresh new point of view, and you got to almost like do a reset, or else you're just going to just drag yourself down. That's how I felt. That's how as a salesman, when I was working for DirecTV, if I was having a bad day, I'd go eat lunch in my car by myself. I'm very sociable. I don't like eating by myself, but I knew I had to because I was getting in a bad mood, because I was thinking, man, I'm working minimum wage today because I ain't making sales. And
right.
I got to make my sales to get my money. Then I'd always tell myself, well, you know what? The morning's over. I'm glad it's done. It sucked, but now the good news is it's done now. It's noon. It's 12:30, whatever time. Now it's time to kick ass and do it for the last 3 hours, 4 hours, however long I'm going to be there, and make some money. Or you just got to give yourself that pep talk. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but you have to put yourself in the right mindset. And that's continuously what you did throughout 2024 to have what you have said is one of the best years.
Yeah, it's hard to have a performance-based mentality and that not alienate everyone around you, and realize that what you're doing too, because sometimes what you're doing to make yourself better will drive other people completely bananas.
And when you look at it, where is happiness really measured in? A lot of it is contentment. Are you content with where you are right now? It's not about success. It's not about, obviously, you want to be successful at your job and work and life and everything, but are you content?
Yeah.
Are you happy? Do you have a great job? Yeah, I have a great job. Okay, then, there you go. I don't get paid as much as I want to. No one gets paid as much as they want to.
Sure. Yeah. Everybody's underpaid. Nobody's overpaid.
Do you love your job? Yes. Okay, then there's something to be thankful about, because a lot of people go to their job and they hate their job, but they can't leave because of the benefits. I heard people say that all the time. I'm here just for the benefits. Well, I feel sorry for you.
Right.
How much does it suck to have to punch yourself in the face every morning when you get up, being miserable all day, but you got the benefits? Oh, I'd hate it. I'd hate to be in a job like that.
Yeah.
I
There's
would hate
something
that.
freeing about, there's a danger and there's a freeness of not worrying about things. And when you bog yourself down with too much responsibility, that's all you get stuck with.
That's the other thing I've never understood when it comes to I'm on work there.
Yeah.
I have heard people, and you probably heard this too, but Monday, dude. Monday's every week.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're doing complaining about can't wait till Friday, payday.
Well, I had a boss.
You can't wait because it's going to come.
Like if you talked about sales, because you and I are both in sales or were, and if you talked about, well, we had a bunch of returns or whatever.
Yeah.
They would say we had returns last year.
Yeah.
Like there is always a reason why you can turn things around.
Yes.
And sometimes it's getting off the boat you're on. That's how you turn things around.
Yeah, if you don't like the life you're in, then change it. Quit the job with the great benefits.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the friends, then stop hanging out with them. Like you said, you can just walk away from any friends or family you don't like.
Yeah.
I had one person tell me that they wanted to hang out with my group more because they found out they were just happier with my group.
Yeah.
And she realized that all her friends were just old and bitter, and that's what she was becoming. And yeah, you hang out too much around those type of people, you're going to be like that. So get new friends. You know, find new friends.
She must have been hanging out with bad Heath because we got good Heath that night.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not talking about Heath. But either way, though, yeah, find yourself a Heath. There you go. That's what you need.
Break me off a piece of that Heath bar.
Oh, man. And dip it in hot sauce, too, obviously.
Yeah.
That dude surprised me
Yes.
for him. Sorry to kind of go
I
off
didn't.
track
I could
there,
not
but,
believe that y'all both said.
well, I knew deep down I could do it, but I did not have a clue Heath could do it.
I didn't either.
If I'd have bet money on the three of us, it would have been you or Brandon because y'all done this before. And I thought someone was going to be schnookering and going, ha, 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 ha. Sucker, we've already done this. We've got this.
Yeah.
I did not think Heath had a chance out of the four of us to be standing as tall as he did.
Yes.
But he did. He did well. And he stayed up till 9:40, which was another huge accomplishment. I mean, honestly, Happy New Year. I don't know. I guess that hot sauce affected us all differently. Sometimes it made us stay up, in Heath's case, 2 hours later until the high came down. So good for Heath. But, I mean, who knows? Who knows? He lost some gray hair and gained some more red hair that night.
I hate that he doesn't want to keep his mustache. I just really enjoy his Clark Gable.
Are you being
mustache.
serious? He doesn't?
Yes, he won't keep it.
Why not?
I think because I enjoy it so much. Anything that I enjoy too much, Heath finds a way to destroy.
He's got that bouncing act.
It's a very jilted lover
It's that
relationship.
Andy Kaufman thing. If I'm making too many people happy, I got to make some people sad.
Right.
Gotcha.
He is the man on the moon.
I'm telling you, he is the man on the moon there. That is good. That is good. Now, unfortunately, there is one person that couldn't join us that night. Your bestie,
Yes.
who we showed the picture of. I can't remember his name right now. I'm sorry.
Neither can I.
Yes, you can. You such a liar. It's gonna come to me. But either way, either way. You know the one we showed the picture.
Oh, Flipper.
Flip.
Yeah. My
Where is Flip?
Flip is in Nashville, Tennessee,
Okay.
or Mount Juliet, Tennessee, actually.
Okay.
Right outside.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna call you a liar when you said Memphis, but no, I don't care. All right.
Sure.
So that's where he's from. He's from Tennessee. All
Yes.
right. So all right. When was the last time you saw Flip?
About 6 months ago. I did not see him for Christmas this year. He normally comes in twice a year, and we do our Friendsgiving
Gotcha.
or our semi-annual pay-per-view or whatever you want to call our friend hang. Yeah, and Brandon Moore came this time for the summer, and of course he was, Bugs Bunny on the moon with anxiety and didn't know how to act, so that was funny. He did his whole comedy act.
It's like bringing your pet gerbil, and he just runs around excitedly around the cage.
I don't know about
man, I don't know
gerbil,
what
because sometimes
hamster. He's just running around.
Yes,
in the cage and won't stop. It's like I don't know what he's doing. He's usually kind of chill, but
Right.
he's just running around this cage, he's bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
Dude, calm down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like introducing your pet hamster.
Yeah. I don't know if he wanted to give Flip a rose that day, but it was interesting.
Now, is this the first time you met Flip?
He thinks he may have met him once long ago. We've all kind of met each other passing over the years, but never.
Have I met him in the past?
Possibly.
Really?
Yeah, possibly.
I don't recall. I know. I've heard you tell stories about him. I finally met Mikey from Samo Flange's Flip.
Okay.
His name is Rusty.
Okay.
And I know now why Mikey talks about Rusty in every other sentence. In fact, on our podcast with him, he has mentioned Rusty talking WWE.
Okay.
As his friend Rusty. So he talks about Rusty all the time. Rusty finally was in town for this Christmas, came over to the house. And I got to meet him. I love Rusty too. I didn't give him a rose, I didn't have any. But
Well, I have another friend that's not part of this whole thing, Kurt, too. So I don't want to not. I do have a little Mount Rushmore of bros.
okay, so
they're
Kurt's
both
up
on
there.
Yeah, for sure.
Kurt's up there. Have you gotten to see Cass?
I saw.
He's an older friend. I don't know if he's.
We did see Cass at Christmas time. We went with his little boy, his niece, her daughter. We went to Flying Tiger Brewery, had some beer, had a few drinks, ate some pizza.
And when you talk about good friends, those are good friends.
Yeah.
Those are good. Cass is the only one I know because you and him were hanging out a lot when I knew you.
Sure. Yeah, we grew up.
And
together.
I think I went to the movies with y'all once or twice.
Possibly.
I believe.
Possibly,
So because I know Cass enough to where Cass and I recognize each other and say hello.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate that I have the friends I had.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows
And you've kept the kept the friends.
Yeah, I jokingly talk about my parents being dead on this podcast, but they were dead a long time before they ever died. So I'm very fortunate for the friends I have.
There you go. And you're very fortunate for the 2024 year.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go, folks. Thank you for doing this. Wes didn't even know what this is about.
Went as bad as I thought it did.
No, I actually love the conversation. But anyway, tell us, folks, in the comments below, how was 2024 as a year for you? And we'll see you next time on Princes of the Universe.